Shalom Aleichem. The Sikha Balischa base is wow, it's a big Sikha, and there's a lot of angles to it. On the one hand, it is a Sikha about Yachid and Tzibur. On the other hand, on the same hand, it's a Lishitase Sikha. In other words, the Rebbe is going and proving about Rabbi Yoshia and Rabbi Yonason, various machlekes, and they have very powerful idea. And on the other hand, it's a Sikha about Ahavas Yisrael. Now, what's interesting, I just want to say as an introduction, is that the last Sikha that Rebbe ever said, it wasn't fully edited. It was only edited the highlights. The last Sikha that Rebbe said 2 days before Chav Zayin Adar was a Sikha about the difference between Vayakel and Pikudei. That Vayakel, it was a Shabbos Pasha Vayakel, that Vayakel is the Kahal, Pikudei is counting each one individual, and each side, the contrast of each side. So it's quite fascinating because the Sikha that we're learning now is very much the same gang. It's the same Mahalach. And for me, it's always blown my mind. That's what the Rebbe felt would be the final message. I would recommend that. It's not a Sikha that most people learn. It wasn't fully edited, but you can find it in Teres Menachem. It's pretty much the last time the Rebbe spoke to us, full Fabringen, and that's what the Rebbe spoke about, the Yachid and the Tzibur, which is quite fascinating, to think that that's what the Rebbe, the Rebbe touched on other subjects as well, but the body of the Sikha, the main part of the Fabringen spoke on that topic. So that's Hagdama, that these two Sikhas seem to be going in on the same topic. Now, obviously, it's a long Sikha, and multiple levels. It's a Lamdisha Sikha. It's a very, very Lamdisha Sikha. Fascinating, various Marmakomis and Shas, etc. But it boils down to a very, very powerful thing about how we see each other as Yidden. That there's a Metzius of Tzibur, but the Tzibur is never Mevatel the Yachid. And then the Rebbe talks about the Yachid himself. On the one hand, Im Ein Anili Mili. On the other hand, in other words, it's all about me, or rather I have to take care of myself. But on the other hand, the same Hillel says, he has to be part of Am Yisrael, and if not, alone you're nothing. But who's going to take care of you besides yourself? So you're living in that paradox. And you're living both. You have to bring it from a Mammon Yachid. On the other hand, Shanilat Umani, it has to be the gather of a carbon sibur. And like he says, but if it's only a Yachid, then it wouldn't push off Shabbos. He would not have achieved the Nesiyas. What was his chiddush? That you do it because it's a tzibur. Man. Just a beautiful way how the Rebbe teaches like this Mishnah in Pirkei Avos. That was last week's Pirkei Avos. Kemen Flegen, Afilo, the current place is in Tzibur, Muses, Doch Zayin, at Tnaip and Kavuz Manoi. Has to be a set time to be there for Shabbos. This is the time. So in other words, the Rebbe is saying that this whole Mishnah in Pirkei Avos, which is just a cute word that people say, Mili, could also be talking about Pashat, the story of Ben Beseir, about carbon paste. And then the Rebbe says in Ois Yudalid, the final Ois, powerful, that it's so too. It's about Ahavta Lecha Kamecha. Says Yodua, it's known. And the Rebbe references Sefer Erchem Chabad, period obviously by Rabbi, and the Rebbe fully, was pushing for it. Go to Erech Ahavas Yisrael, go to the section of Ahavas Yisrael, and you'll see what Chassidus has to say about Ahavas Yisrael. And Kuntzes Ahavas Yisrael. That the inyan for Ahavas Yisrael is because Kol Ish Yisrael Ki Ish Echad, that we're combined. And the Rebbe says there's a few biyudim of what that means we're combined. We're all part of Klal Yisrael. If one person was missing, the Shekhinah would not reveal itself, like it says in the Tvarim Naba, in the Medrash. And Kol Tainis She'ein Ba'Poisha Yisrael and Tainis, if everyone's fasting besides the Poishim, the sinners, it's not a Tainis. That's from Knesset. It's not because of the individual, but rather you're part of the whole klal. Then there is, every Yid has the idea how they're mashlim the klal. In other words, that there's a mile of the regel over the rosh, there's Va'at Tetzava, the Yikru Elecha, Anshe Moshe, with the Raglayim, etc. But nevertheless, it's not a chashivas la'atzmei. It's part of the shleimus haklal. But when the Alter Rebbe is saying in Perek Lamed Beis, the Indian for Avos Yisrael, he doesn't suffice with saying Kula Masimas Ba'avecha Lukalana, but he says Va'nefesh V'haruach in a singular form. Mi Yodea, who knows Dulassan u'Malassan, their greatness. In other words, Midaf Libo v'Nayid mitzad Zaymaila Alts Prat. And this is just a mind-blowing idea. Often we sit there saying, you're all part of Klal Yisrael, and it's true. And why am I putting on tefillin with you? And why am I chasing you down to the other side of the world? You're part of Am Yisrael. But then there's a whole different nekuda. You are you. Do lassan u'malassan. You're part of the Eibishter. And this love that you're loving an individual can be kamecha. Just like the limbs in the body, that even though each one's their own, it has to be that way. They're part of the same guf. So therefore, whenever there's a lack in one part, it connects to the others, and everyone feels each other's pain, etc. So too, we have to feel each other. And when we have this level of love, the third level, that the Eibishter, according to Rashi, when it says Behaalosecha, it's talking about the Eibishter, Zakadosh Baruch Hu. Rashi in Shabbos says. So the Eibishter, when we show this Behaalosecha, will show His love and take us out in the Beidei Fanim. Va'atem taluktu echad bnei Yisrael, each one of us alone. Like Rashi Zakt, where does Rashi say this? In Nitzavim, that Eibishter is Eichiz biyadav mamish, and takes us out of Golus. And then, Kol Gadol Yeshuvohema, Vayakel Pikudei. Amen, Ken Yehi doesn't take it from Yan Mamish.